Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? I have been and bought a new trailer. I have a mod here that is a scripted trailer. There's actually a trailer pack, and I'll just very quickly show you the trailers, because I think they're actually really cool. That one I won't be using in this series, it's a very big one. I might actually use those at some point, but anyway, no, it's not that Marshall trailer, it is... oops. It's this one here that I'm using, and they're various different colours. The only problem that I've got with it is it's quite long, but overall it's a pretty good trailer. I'm quite pleased with that one. I've been and picked up the bales that are in the shed here, and I've been and picked up the bales that are out in the corner. We're going to put these bales here and we'll sell the rest. But your question that you answered for today was, do you want me to put a straw power plant down out here somewhere? And you said you would. So I'm not going to be able to afford it just yet because I've had to go and buy this new trailer. Oops, I want modded placeables, don't I? There we go. I think this one is, yes, it's £25,000, so it's a little bit too expensive at the moment. Hopefully we'll be able to get it a bit later on in the episode. I've got to figure out how we can unload those. They auto-unload as well if we want them to, or we can leave them on the trailer. We're going to auto-unload these. Before we start that, very quickly, the question for today, which field do you want me to harvest next? I'm going to do some more combining very soon. It's got to be field 15, which is barley, field 11 down here directly opposite the sheep, which is also barley, or field 42 there, which is canola, because we don't have any other fields that are ripe, ready to cut yet. We own this one, but that's still growing, so we can't do that one, and most of the rest of them are actually grass. We've got this one down here, the sugar beet, but I don't want to start on that sugar beet yet. That's ready to harvest and remove the top. So we will be doing that at some point, but we're not going to be starting that one just yet. So which is it? 11, 15, or 42? Which do you want me to harvest next? It's your vote. It's your game. Right, let's get into this tractor. Let's get this one started up. And now I need to back this into the shed. Now, I'm going to do this out of cab. I'm not even going to think about attempting to do this in cab, because the bales in the way there is going to make it next to impossible for me to see. So I'm going to put it over like this, and we'll end up putting the bales in the middle, I think, if I move it along here. It is a very long trailer. It is quite awkward to manoeuvre around, but I am getting the hang of it slowly. Now, hopefully I can put the bales down there. Now if I use... oops. Bring that up so that I've got the thing extended there. Right. Toggle. That's hiding the help. Now I need to unload. How can I unload? At the moment they are unloaded. I need to start automatic loading, because then it will load them all again like that. And then it will automatically unload them, so we can choose loading type. To unload, press stop, and then to unload we need to toggle the unload side, so it's on the right hand side at the moment, which is going to be in there, but I don't think I'll be able to get the trailer around it. So if that's onto the trailer, that's to the left, so I think the left side would be the best one, so let's try that and see what it does. Excellent, look at that, perfect. Okay, I could get used to this. Right, now I want to get back up to the field, and it's a little bit of a squeeze getting this one in and out of the yard, but overall it's not too bad. And the rest of the bales, we're going to take these up to the shop. Let's just get rid of that for a second. We're going to take the rest of the bales up to the shop, and we're going to sell them there. Now the biggest problem I got now is getting this trailer in round here, because this really is the best way to go with it. Come up round there. You don't have much of a turning circle on this trailer either. It's quite poor in that regards, because it's quite long. It is a little bit difficult to manoeuvre, but overall this yard is fairly well laid out. A little bit of a squeeze here, I think. Should have been a bit tighter to that top edge, but there we go. Let's just ride into the bushes a little bit. Perfect. Okay. Right, now, careful. I don't want to go off the track here. Okay, I'm going to take this one on up to field 22, and we can load the rest of the bales. Just coming up to the bales up the top here. We did clear a big chunk last time, so I am quite pleased about that. And if I just pop out of cab so that we can see this one in action, because it is actually quite impressive when it's working. So I've got automatic loading on. Start the automatic loading. Now you've got to be careful that you don't drive too fast, because it will automatically disengage the automatic loading. There's a lot of automatics going on here. So you just got to drive around the field steadily, and it slowly picks them all up, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm not kidding. The amount of time it took me to load... Yep, auto load was stopped because you drove too fast, Frithgar. Yes, the amount of time it took me to load it by hand with that telehandler. I mean, the telehandler is absolutely brilliant. I really do like it. But loading round bales in field is not great. So we can get 30 bales on this trailer, and I'm hoping that is the rest of the field full, so we should be able to get quite a bit of... Well, I'm hoping we get quite a bit of money for these bales as well. I'm not sure how much money you do get for them. There we go. Now, I apologise if some of you think that this is not realistic enough. I will do some more manual loading of bales when we can afford a square baler. I think that is it's a little bit easier to use the square bales than it is to try and load up these round bales because of their habit of rolling off down across the field. You've seen it in the episode where I was chasing bales. I had a lot more bale chasing when I was off screen trying to load that trailer. I was up and down all over the place. Anyway, I'm going to finish loading this trailer and see if we can get them all on here. I think that's looking pretty good. We could have got 2 more bales on there. It'll take 30 round bales altogether. Now, if that gate would open further round, I think we'd actually be able to get out there. As it is, I'm not really wanting to try my luck with that, so we're going to go the other way. Just take a look at the map. We go out of here, and then we head down, come out on field 21, and we head down below 20 and 60. I'm not going to go through the yard this time. I'm just going to keep going right down to the road, and then I will turn off, and we will start heading up that way. So it's a little bit of a roundabout route. It's not quite ideal, but I think it's the best we're going to be able to do because I'm just not going to be able to get out. It's going to take a while. I tell you what, it's a tight squeeze getting around there, but we have done it, and this is going to shave off a lot of time for our trip. Fortunately, these bales are roped down well, so they are just going to brush these branches aside. That was fairly uneventful. I did get quite a bit of trouble turning at the top of field 4, you know, that really sharp corner. But overall, I don't think I can complain too much. It wasn't too bad. Now, can I get in here whilst in cab? I'd like to be able to, because, I mean, ideally I wouldn't be looking this way, I'd be using mirrors, but mirrors aren't that great in this game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up in here and then offload to the right. Which side am I on? I'm on... No, I want to offload to my left, don't I? Unload side is left. So let's just try unloading. Excellent. How much did we get? We get £312 per bale. We did just... I'll have to come back a little bit because the trigger point is back a little bit further than that. So £312 per bale to unload first stop auto load. There we go. There we go. Right, so I'm at £24,266. I am a fraction short of being able to afford that straw power plant, and that is going to be a bit of a problem, because the next thing that I want to do, I'm going to need a... well, I have a tipping trailer, don't I? I have one agro liner. These aren't great. I don't really like this. I would prefer a slightly bigger trailer. That one would be good. We don't really want to go any bigger than that. I don't think we can go. I don't think we can on this farm. I think that is about the limit. That is a very expensive trailer, though. So for now, we're going to be stuck with this trailer. We'll just make do. I don't want to take out any more loan if I can help it. And the next thing I wanted was, I think it's in here actually. Yes, there. That one there goes on the front of the tractor. It's a 2 meter working width, so it's not huge, but it will do silage. And I need silage. I need to get some silage for the cows down the bottom and for the beef and the pigs. So that one's 38,000. Which, again, would be really nice if we could afford it. If I could sell a few more bits of machinery, I could probably afford that one. And then we have one other harvester, this one. This one is a ½ meter working width, but it's only £5,300. We are actually going to do a silage harvest with this one here. Okay? I'm going to put this one onto the little New Holland tractor, and I'm going to use the Deutz tractor to pull the trailer, I think. I might actually use this John Deere that we got now, but let's buy this one. There we go. Back. And I'm just going to hop out of the tractor a second. I'll leave it running. And we will nip over here and we will take a look. Here is what we're going to be doing our silage harvest with. Okay? This tiny little machine right here, and I think it's going to take a while, but yeah, that little New Holland that we got at the top, I think that is eminently suited to the task. And quite possibly this tractor is a little bit big for the trailer, to be honest. Let's just hop in. Okay, we'll switch this one off. We have our Deutz tractor just over here, so we could use this one. We'll unload. We'll leave the pottinger right here for now, and we can come back and we can pick this one up. So let's start this one. Let's start this tractor up. A little bit dirty, but at the moment it's okay. We will unhitch the pottinger right there, and then I'm going to hitch up this Forager, and I will use the Deutz to carry this down to the farm. And then we will go up and we'll get the New Holland, and we will take that back as well. What am I doing? I'm actually trying to turn the wrong way here. So let's get this one hitched on. Is it going to let me? Yes, it is. And there we go. Right, let's just climb out a minute and have a look at what this looks like. That is pretty tight on the side. The only thing I'm wondering about is if it's going to... if we're going to be able to use the hired help to do this. If we can't, it's going to make it tricky. Is there a way to fold this back while we're travelling? I can lower and I can turn it on. No, I don't think there is. There doesn't appear to be any way to fold it back. Anyway, I'm going to take this back to the yard and I'll get the New Holland as well. This is fantastic. I didn't actually realise this is quite an old, well, obviously it's a very old model of Forager rather, but there used to be some that were side mounted on a tractor that you could actually unhitch in a field whilst keeping the trailer hitched. This is very similar, although the trailer actually hitches onto the Forager rather than the tractor itself. But it does mean that we only need one tractor. We can do the job with just the one machine, which is excellent. So we're going to get out to the field now, and we're going to see what this thing performs like. Right, just come in round here. Here is our field of silage, and I'm going to need to spin round a bit so that I can get the machine into the crop, and it's the first pass that is going to be more difficult. Ooh, I think I've just hung up the trailer. Yeah. Right, actually I think we can leave that gate open. We'll sort of work around it. I'm going to just start right here. So we need to lower this one. Actually no, I need to change to the right tool. Now lower it. There we go. And that also lowers the trailer as well. And oh, that's brilliant. That sounds really good. Right. Oh, this is brilliant. It's only ½ a meter working width. So I am just going to come out of the crop here. This is not the way to do it. And we're going to go up the side of the field and come into cab. There we go. And it's working. This is really work. This is brilliant. Oh, this is absolutely awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. Right. Let's keep going. I'm slowing down a bit there. And I am curious if it will let us do it with the hired help. We'll test that a bit later on. We're going to need to go round a few times first. And all I got to do is just drive close to the crop here. I'm curious what's in there. There's a barn in there. And I'm not really sure what it is. It's storage of some sort, obviously. We will have a look in there later, I think. Look at this. It's actually working. Okay, I'm coming out of cab again. I want to see this. This is sensational. I haven't actually seen one of these things working for a long time. Now, it does appear to be slightly closer to the tractor than I originally thought. It's like almost under the wheel, but this, you've got to bear in mind that this was designed for a smaller tractor and a smaller trailer. This is part of the DLC pack that you get with, it's on the Farming Simulator website. It's the Vintage Tractors DLC. It's a free one, it's free to download, and it's absolutely brilliant. There's all sorts of little old machines. We've also got a small baler in there somewhere, and I would like to try it at some point. I'm just not sure if this map is the best one to use it on. You've got a small machine to pick up you've got a small bale collector to pick up the small bales, so you don't have to do them by hand. But I'm not really sure how you would go about using the small bales in the game anywhere, or where you would use them. Right, let's come in round here. It does take quite a chunk. You've got to drive with your wheel right up close to the very edge of it. And we're going to do a few passes around the field there. Sort of, yeah, see, it is missing it a bit. We'll test it in a little while to see if the auto help does it. Actually, let's just do that right now. Let's see what the auto help does. If I stop and then press the auto, no. It absolutely does not like auto help. So it looks like we're on our own with this one. Yeah, we can't do that. It's not going to allow us. So we can't use the hired help, which means we've got to do all this field ourselves. I got a feeling I'm going to regret my decision to use this tiny little machine to do this job. But, you know, it's certainly fun to start with. I'm thinking that we may end up taking a slightly more reasoned approach and decide to take out a little bit of loan and use the front-mounted one that I showed you. It's 38,000. I think that one might be slightly more suited to the job, especially as we're going to be missing. We seem to be missing chunks of it here. But I did just want to try this one. I'll have a look. I'm going to continue on for a little while and we'll at least fill this trailer up. Well, it's working, but it's very slow. This is my third time round the field, and yeah, I've not even filled the trailer up yet. It's a job to get it right, and I'm missing bits. It's a lot of fun, okay? It is a lot of fun using it, but I think it could wear thin after a while trying to do the entire field with this little tiny thing. So what I'm going to do is I am going to bite the bullet, and I am going to take out a little bit of a loan. I'm going to borrow some money so that I can... Let me just pull up here a minute. We'll stop that one. And... there. Stop this one. There we go. Quiet him down a bit. We'll lift him up. There we go. So I got 14,000 litres into that trailer, which isn't great, but, you know, all things considered, it could have been a lot worse. So we're going to bite the bullet. We're going to take out a little bit of a loan, and let me just see if I can remember which one. There we go. Right, so at the moment our loan is 100,000, and I think we can borrow up to 200,000, I think it is. So what we're going to do is we're going to take out a little bit more loan, and 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 38,000, and then I want another 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so I now have £63,000. The reason I'm doing this is because I am going to buy the one that we were just looking at here. This one here, this is £38,000. I'm going to get that one. It needs 185 horsepower, so this is going to go on to the John Deere. I'll probably leave the Bale trailer up there, and I'll leave it in the shed where it already is. Buy that one. There we go. And then I'm going to just come out of here, and I'm also going to buy, for once, actually I bought the telehandler yesterday, didn't I? Or the day before. I'm also going to buy the straw power plant for the remaining 25,000. And I said that I would place this one into field 1, so we now got to find the sort of the best spot, the sweet spot for putting this one in. The only issue is, I mean, I could put it right there. I don't think that would be out of the place, but it might be a bit close to the rest of it. I'm thinking actually we'll put it over here. It's not that far from the fuel. And I then got a bit of room in front of it that I can do things if I need to. Although I would ideally like to seed this field out first. You know what? We're going to seed this field out before I put this down. I want that to be on grass. Or do I? No. I'll tell you what. I'll bring it forward a little bit. I can't place anything in the middle here because this is where, I think this is like the reset point and where the higher machinery is put. So we'll bring it forward a bit so that if we do push bales over the top, we can pick them up. And I think it's actually going to be okay putting it on ploughed ground. So we're going to drop that one right there. Excellent. We have now bought a straw power plant. That is what you wanted me to do. I'll come out of here, and now I just want a quick look here. Remember, today's question is, do you want me to buy a combine field 15, field 11, which are both barley, or field 42? Your choice. It's your vote. It's your game. Let me get out of here. There we go. And while I drive, I'm just going to drive back to the yard. Get my indicators going so that... Ooh, easy. Yeah, these cars are a bit keen sometimes. Right, I'm alright that way, and alright that way. Okay. Get this one back up to the yard, and we can get this trailer tipped. Right. Now we've got to see if I can back it into this pit. I'm actually going to come out of cab because I'm just not going to be able to see what I'm doing otherwise. Bring it up. Nope. I hate backing these things up. This is going to be the really difficult bit. So next episode I'm going to carry on with this silage, and hopefully I can back these trailers a bit better. This is why I didn't want a turntable trailer. I wanted to get another one. Unfortunately I can't really afford it at the moment. Once I've sold a little bit of milk and I've sold a few other things, there we go. Ooh, I'm getting it. The key is not to turn too sharp. You've got to follow the dolly. That's the bit at the front, the bit that has the front steering. Ooh, yeah, don't forget that I've got a Forager strapped to the side of the tractor. Bring it up here. And you point the back of the tractor in the direction you want the back of the trailer to go. It's the sort of rule of thumb with this. It's not easy, but it can be done. There we go. Right, I think that's probably far enough. Are you telling me that I can't actually tip it here? Oh no. There. Now, is it going to let me tip it out? I thought that this was a silage clamp. Have a look. Yeah, this is a silage clamp. Fill level is 1,100. What? Okay, I'm a little confused as to why I can't tip. Oh, that's not the silage clamp. That's the manure in there. After all that. Okay. That's the slurry in there. That's manure. I thought that was the silage clamp. I know we've got another silage clamp in here. Great big one here. Okay. I'm going to cheat on this one, and I'm going to spin round really tight. He says. There we go. Right. Now I can tip. I'm trying to... I thought that was like a really small silage clamp, but it's not. Okay, we'll tip this one here, and I really do want another trailer. I really don't like this trailer. Alright, we'll see what we can do. But anyway, I'm going to swap them round so that we're ready to carry on with our silage next time. I think that is everything. Straighten up. Yes. I really did enjoy that. Sorry, I really should be wrapping this up, but I really did enjoy using that. That is such an awesome little machine. It's just a shame it takes so long to use. But yeah, okay, so until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar, goodbye, and see you later.